So here we are in the classroom. Actually, the whole time that John has been filming has been in my classroom. What I'd like to do is show you a little bit what's beyond the classroom, but if you're here, this is where you'll be. Also, you can go into this room, which is the apothecary, which is where I make medicines, and I'm going to get up now and show you the different medicines. And you can do this too. A lot of the stuff goes to the free clinic, and so here we are. Lots and lots of medicines. Most of the things I gather, many things also though the apprentices gather. You've met the apprentices for this year a few times. We have a lot of tinctures down in here. We have a lot of dried herbs up in here. I'm going to flip around. This is dried herbs up in here. And then these are more tinctures over here. There's even more than this, but this is basically the apothecary and where I make the medicines for my patients, for the free clinic, for the various other places for first aid situations. If you looked around, you would notice that there is a preponderance of plants that are used. It's important, making your own medicines is because it becomes affordable. And as kind of a theme through this, and really in my life, is how to make herbal medicine more affordable and accessible. And by making it yourself, you can. And so that's what I wanted to show here. And this is possible, right? I've done nothing special. Nobody's bequeathed me a huge apothecary. I don't come from a family with a lot of money that I was able to do this. I slowly worked, made medicines, and figured out how to make a livelihood. I've made my livelihood, by the way, mostly as an educator in herbal medicine. It's one of the things to think about as you're studying this, where you feel that you fit in. So as a clinician, I work for free, but I support my clinical herbal habit by being a teacher. So that just a little personal information to help others think about how they might want to get involved in herbal medicine. Many of you, though, will just use it at home, which is a fantastic way, tried and true way, millennia old way of using it. And so, as I've talked about in another segment, sometimes it seems grandiose and big. And of course, you don't need all these large bottles. You can have just a couple of small bottles, like these quart bottles down over here in this section. Just a few of these, and then you have it. Many of the medicines, though, you want more than just a small amount. Like echinacea, I'm going to need a couple of gallons of because I use lots of echinacea. So this is the apothecary tour.
And how do the students and apprentices interact with this?
So how do the students and apprentices interact with the medicines? The students don't interact with the medicines. They don't put there's no taking anything from here. The apprentices get medicines for the students. Most of the time, if the students just need some quick first aid medicine in class, we just give it to them. There's no charge. It's not a make money scene here to help students who are ill. So what I'm going to do is, this might be a little bit tight, but I want to show where this is the large bottles, but actually there's an area right here, and I'm not sure how much John could figure out, but this right here, this is where students get smaller bottles, get smaller amounts of medicine. And so what will happen is, let's say a student comes in and says, I have a bad headache, menses pain, cramps, or whatever. And then I'll ask one of the apprentices to go grab them a bottle. So I'll usually make a momentary decision, say, oh, let's try feverfew for their headache, or eyebright for their headache, or lobelia for their headache. And so maybe the apprentices will get all three, and we'll try that with the student. In the school, just to put this in a little context, the Monday class, the first hour to 2 hours of Monday class is question and answer. And often during that Q&A, somebody will say, I've been having this problem. What do you suggest? And sometimes we'll just try the herbs there to see how they feel. So this is the first aid shelf. The students are on the other side of this wall over here. And so that's pretty much how the apprentices get the medicines for the students. The students can come in here and look at medicines. That's pretty much the major interaction between these.